Hey there, welcome to day 34 playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1123. After 2 wins and 1 loss yesterday, we got 3 games in. Today I only have time for 1, so let's go ahead and hop into it. Alright, we're up against an 1134, and it looks like we get a chance to play the Slav, which I learned a little bit about. Let's see, so normally they do like the Queen's Gambit. I think with this I'll just play the same move though. I'm not sure how this... It's definitely going to be a little different because he's blocking in his pawn there. So I might have to think about what I'm going to do differently. Connect that. I think I could go out right away because his queen can't come out and threaten anything here. So I think bishop out, it should be fine. And then we can connect that. It's kind of weird move there. Okay, well, let's just connect this. So we push that one, so now this can drop back. I mean, he might just go for trying to trap it, but I have enough time to make an escape square. So that shouldn't be a big problem. Is there anything else? This. He could drop back with this. He can't block with the knight. If he drops back with that, there's nothing, I can't utilize the pin on this because I don't have enough pieces over there. So let's just go back here for now. Okay, he's just going for the really obvious trap here of the bishop. So let's just make an escape square. Do I want to push it 2 squares or just 1? If I do 1 and he goes here, 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 I guess I can't take back there. So maybe I will do 2. Take. Yeah, let's try 2. And then just go here. Okay, so he just locks it up. So I don't have this check anymore over here. But that should be fine. He has a pretty weird pawn structure now. Let's maybe just threaten this. I think I like that. I do need to develop though. But let's create that threat first. I don't have a way to double attack the pawn right now. Since this knight cannot come in, so maybe I will just push c5 in a moment. And then try to use that to develop my bishop here. And then we would have a battery on this knight in that position. But yeah, he's definitely playing some unusual moves. So I just have to figure out the best ways to exploit them. Because I don't think that they're very great. Maybe they are, but they seem kind of weird. As long as I don't get too locked down with my development, if I can get the bishop out here, get a knight here, then that should help quite a bit. And is there a way to just immediately, if I pin this, I think if I pin here, actually, and then go here, he could defend like this. So I guess he'd be fine. He's taking quite a while here. I could also push f6 and just try to use that to develop this knight here. But it can't really do too much because these squares are both covered by this pawn. So maybe that's not a great square for it. Maybe I should go here. So bishop out, knight here. Then I can get the knight here, and that seems a lot better. Putting more pressure on this pawn, as well as some pressure over here. So yeah, knight e7 should be a better option than knight f6. Okay, so defends this pawn with a pawn. I'm able to take here. If he goes there, I can take the knight with check. So I think I can take this. Sometimes it can be tricky taking here, but I think in this case I'm able to. Yeah, take, trade off or something. He might be able to end up getting this pawn, but I don't think there's any way he would win the rook or anything because his light square bishop isn't looking at here. Maybe he would end up having two attackers on this knight, but I think I could just move it. My only concern is just the lack of development on the king side over here. But his queen doesn't really have any way to get over here at the moment. So yeah, let's go ahead and take the pawn and see. I think it's fine. Let's try to figure out what his best move. So this doesn't work because I can take the knight. Could we do like that? No, I could still take the knight. So I'm not sure what he'll do actually. He needs to just protect the knight. Once he protects the knight, I can just drop back. And he really locked up his dark square bishop here between all his pawns. I mean, it's looking at this diagonal, but it can't come back to support the knight anymore. Or to block any checks or anything. And once he moves the knight, I do also... or if he moves it. If he supports it... Yeah, I guess either way, whether he moves it or supports it, I potentially can do this. Okay, let's see if I want to do that. So check. If he blocks, I can just take. I have this check. If he blocks, I can also just take. I think this just works to win the knight. Because he doesn't have anything defending. He goes here to block. I can just take. So yeah, I think I can just win the knight. Is this any better? I don't think that's better. He would need to move. And then I wouldn't be able to win the knight. So yeah, let's just go here. Oh, never mind. He can do that. But, okay, yeah, I guess that works out. But I think I need to go here. Because once he does this, I'm almost getting trapped, which I do not want. Oh wait, no, he can't go there because the bishop watches that. Forgot about my light square bishop. I could go back here. Still threatening the knight if I can get another attacker on it. You go. No, I can't go here. Yeah, I think I'll go here and make sure he can't trap me there. This I don't think works for anything. The knight can always wait. Does the knight get trapped? Can't go here. No, he can always go here. I'll just trade it. So I could go here and then win a pawn. Because the knight needs to hop away. Can't hop here. He needs to hop to this square. Take, take, take. Does that work here as well? Yeah, I think that works on either of these squares. But let's go here. And then once I push... Oh wait, never mind, I forgot that he still has this square, so I should have actually gone to this. Yeah, I didn't do any warm-up or anything, and I'm making some mistakes here. But yeah, I should have gone here and then pushed the pawn, and then I would be able to at least win a pawn. But I didn't quite do that right. Okay, wait. Why did he do this, though? Because if I take this and he takes back, then I can just take the knight. Because the queen is overloaded here. So, let's do that. Yeah, he's still playing weird moves. Like, it doesn't seem like he's really following any kind of opening ideas or anything. He's just playing pretty random stuff. His pawn structure is very crazy looking. And I think that was a mistake because I can get the knight. I'm still a little concerned about my king safety over here, but I think for now I have a lot of protection. There's no checks. Yeah, so let's just take... Moving his king right away. I think I should push this pawn because I don't want him to be able to break this open and get his queen over here. That seems kind of threatening, so maybe I'll push this pawn. Can develop the knight. Develop this knight here, and then I have two protectors on that. That seems like a good idea, except I will be blocking my bishop. Could go here, then plan to go here. Or I push the pawn first. Alright, yeah, let's just go here, here, here. My bishop is pretty closed in though if I do that. But I don't want to allow this move. I think I'll push the pawn first. Then do the knight after. Because if he pushes and I take, then he takes with check. And I don't have any way to block it, and then I have no king safety. I think can't do this. I think I'd just go here. And I don't think I won't be able to castle on my king side, but I don't think there's a threat after that. Then I would be prepared to trade the bishop off potentially. Still want to get my knight to here. This seems like a nice spot. Is he trying to go here? He can't really go anywhere after that. So I think that's not too worrisome. Maybe I'll just go here first. And then the bishop, there's not much he can do. Might just have to go back to there. Can't go here. I guess he could go here, but that does not seem all that great. Once I get my rook over. I need to get my queen back in the action though, because right now it's totally cut off from everything. Oh, I think he's going for a sacrifice here. Maybe. Here. Check. With a fork to win the rook. But I think if I just take this first, he can't go here, because then I can just take his queen, and that's with check. So I think if I take this first, he needs to take back, and then that gives me a chance to move here and defend this pawn. Or do it another way, like develop the knight. So let's do that. Okay, so I think the knight or this. I think the knight, because then I'm also preparing to hop back here. It does block the bishop in, but I can figure that out after. I don't want him to be able to do that. Or should I just do this, because then I do allow the bishop out. Is there any downside to that? Is there sacrifices anywhere else? I don't think so. Okay, let's just do it here, not blocking the bishop. Then I can finally get the knight developed. Probably bishop first, though. Bishop. Where do I want the bishop? It actually doesn't have too many great squares. So maybe knight first, and then I can get the bishop right here on e7. Once the knight has moved to f5. Here, or should I probably just push this pawn first? Push it, or I drop back, but I don't really like dropping back there. Or I go here. Once I do push this, he can't go here, but he could try to target this pawn. It will be weak, but I think I can just support it with the rook, and it will be supported by the queen for now as well. I have to be careful about any kind of trap with the two rooks here, but as long as this pawn is blocking it, it should be okay. I could also go here and try to trade queens, which maybe is a good idea. I can develop the bishop here, and then I am threatening to also win that. So maybe I go here, he takes here, and then I take this. And then I maybe have checks here. That is a little riskier for sure. I think I'm just going to play a little bit safer and just go for this. And I still do have that option of bringing the bishop here. I thought maybe I could use the pawn as like bait, get him to take that, and then go for this. But I think I'd rather not, just freely let the rook infiltrate, especially when the king is still not super safe back here. And then I still might want to go for the queen trade here. But if I go there, does he have any other options? He can't go here. He could drop back somewhere. Could go, yeah. I do kind of like that. But maybe I'll develop the bishop first and see if I can get away with this tactic. I should do the knight first before anything, though. Probably. His knight can't really go anywhere. So it's kind of locked up here on this square. His pawns are pretty locked up. He could push like this pawn. Try to open this up. But he can't infiltrate with the queen yet. I want to play this game really safe and make sure to win it because I think I'll get a new high rating if I can secure the win on this one. I think my previous was 1127 and we're at 1123 right now, so we might break 1130 potentially. Okay, he does drop the knight back. Maybe he's trying to reroute it somewhere. Not sure where. He also just hung this pawn. So I was going to go for the queen trade, but maybe I should just take the pawn with check. He could try to block it. I would probably just go back for the queen trade here in that case. So yeah, let's just take the pawn with check. And I could also grab this pawn, which maybe I should do because it is kind of constricting a lot of my squares here around my king side. But I am tempted to just get the queens off the board, but this pawn seems like it could be a little bit of an issue. Just to have it kind of blocking my position here. Could try to threaten it with the bishop later. Okay, he drops back. I have this check. But he could defend that. Do I want to get the knight in yet? No, I think I'm just going to take this pawn, threaten this one. He might defend it like that. I could drop back somewhere. Or try to go here maybe, get the queen trade. Okay, he's threatening this pawn. I can't protect it with the queen. Let's just get our knight out like we wanted to do. This rook is really trapped for now as well. So the knight defends. Maybe I'll just try to push this pawn also and slide the rook over to support it. I'm up 6 points of material, so as long as I don't make a terrible blunder, then I should be good. Oh, okay, so he's sacrificing the knight, I guess, to come in here with a pin. He doesn't have an immediate check. Take. Could probably go here. No, because he has 2 attackers on that. So it could get a little bit tricky, but even if I end up losing the knight, it's not a big deal. I just have to prioritize my king's safety. So if I can take and then get the king safe, then I should be okay. Okay, so it goes for the pin. I could defend it with this. I would like to defend it, but I don't have to. If I go here, he doesn't have a way to double attack it quite yet. Go here, goes here, take. That should be fine. So I think I could just go here for now. Do I have any good checks? No, I don't think so. So yeah, let's just go here. Defend it, and then try to go here. He goes here. Probably just drop back to this and defend the rook. But then he has the check again. If I can just get the bishop out and the king behind it, I should be fine. Okay, he just moves his king. That's not what I was expecting. I have this check. Yeah, he's playing really weird. I don't know what he's going for really, but now I have plenty of time, I think, to get safe. I was a little worried about if he maybe came here and he was threatening both of these, but now I'm not as worried. Because I did have a game yesterday where I was up a little bit of material, I was doing well, and then I made one just blunder going into the end game where I opened up my king a bit, and then he was able to checkmate me, just because of bad king safety. Like, king safety is normally more valuable than pieces. Okay, so I think I could just go here and then try to get my king over. I guess he just wanted to defend his pawn instead of attacking anything. But I still can grab this pawn. Okay, now he goes there. The only thing not protected is the rook. Go here. There's no way to get to where I could see the rook, I think, after that. I could go here, actually. But that's a little riskier, because then I'm going the opposite direction. The rook is protecting the knight, and nothing is protecting the rook. My time's very low. I go here. Doesn't have anything, I think. Okay, let's just go here. Doesn't have this check here. And the pawn is also protected. The only thing I'm worried about is if somehow he can coordinate with this rook. But I don't think he can. So I think I'll just... Okay, he wants to pin this pawn. I guess. I don't know if that does anything. Do I have anything there? No, let's just go here. And then try to trade the queen. Bring my queen back to defend, since it was cut off from everything. Normally those are the kind of positions that I'm up material, but then I end up losing, is when my queen is cut off from my defenses. And I don't have a safe king. Also, this rook is cut off. It's totally out of the game. If I do push this pawn, then the rook could get into the game. I could go for some kind of discovered attack. But let's just play quickly and try to trade here and get some time back. I have this check always. Not sure what he's going to go for, because I don't think the pin on this pawn does anything. Because this pawn isn't serving a defensive role at the moment. I mean, he could try to push this and infiltrate, but I think I would have an opportunity to block the pin. I do want to also get the bishop lined up here and threaten the pawn and pin it to the rook. It's taking a long time. Okay. There he goes, so he is going for that. Let's just get our bishop here. Or just the queen, actually. We can take back like that. Oh wait, no, I guess... No, that does work. Yeah, take. Then if I can put my queen here, the pin is still broken and I'm threatening to try to trade queens. Okay. I think I'll just push this. Defended by these two. I want to go down here next. I still haven't seen a great use for this check, but maybe there was a use for it, but it just seems like he'll probably... I guess now I'm cutting off more of his squares, so maybe he goes back. But the rooks are connected, so I can't like skewer it or something. Maybe check, up, check, over, mate, but if he goes here, no, he can't go there. If he goes down, actually that almost could be good. Okay, maybe he wants to double up his rooks. Try to get the queen trade. I can also get the bishop here, and then I'm threatening this discovered attack with check. Okay, let's do that. Wait. Oh, maybe that doesn't work, because when he takes it, he has check, so never mind. Let's go. Here, we have 3 defenders here. Okay, so then I did lose the bishop. I messed that up. Have that check. That doesn't do anything. Need to just go here. We have a lot of defenders on this square. Yeah, I think if I had more time, I would have realized that that didn't work, but I'm trying to play these moves really quickly. So we did lose ourselves a bishop. We're still up 4 points of material because we won a lot earlier. Thinking of this next, to still try to get the queen trade or kick his queen out. I go here, take, check, down. Yeah, I'd be okay there. This rook has still been inactive this whole time. So that's why it feels like we've been playing at equal material, kind of, because it's essentially as if this rook is not in the game. Now his time's really low as well. He spent a lot of time just the past couple moves. Okay, let's just go for this. We still have 4 defenders on this square. Okay, I'm thinking the knight is pinned. Thinking of trying to get my rooks connected. The knight is defended and I can defend it a second time. Are there any... No, I can't check there. let's go here. The pin is broken, and I can try to get to this square. We still have 3 defenders here. Yeah, I think I can just go here. Then I get up here, and then once I can get my rooks connected, I should be okay. This game is really drawn out since he started. I had already used up a lot of my time, and then he started using up all of his as well. Okay, he's gonna check there. Yeah, I think I'll just go here. He doesn't have that check. He has, no, he doesn't have that check. Okay. I think I can just take this. Okay, now he's going for that check. Could go. Let's just go here. Now we're behind our light squared pawns. So it should be difficult for him to get checks. And he's very low on time. Okay, let's try to trade. That pawn is pinned. Go here. I think I can just go here. Still don't have any checks. Let's go here. If he takes, I can take with a check right away. Okay, now the position's locked up. So now let me just start to activate all of my pieces here. Do I want to go with that first? Let's just double this up. That's still protected. I'm threatening to go here and force a queen trade. Okay, so we're not getting that. Let's just go here. Then don't have that. Oh no, I do have. No, that doesn't work. So let's go here. We'd be able to win this. Let's drop the knight back to here to defend that. And then we can get the second rook over. Let's just use the queen to defend this. And then get the rooks connected. Actually, I guess I could have just moved the knight because he's no longer doubled up here. So I could have brought it back to here. Although no, because it's pinned to the rook actually. I'm gonna take that one or take this one. Let's just take here. Starting in this pawn. And I can defend both of those like that. Here. Double up. Let's see. Might just go here first. I don't want him dropping down to here with pinning on the knight. Okay, I like this. And then let's go here and get this trade. And we can almost get mate right away. You can't go here. Okay, let's just check again first. And then we have this. And then this is mate. Because the knight was cutting off that last square. Okay, well that game was kind of crazy. It went on for a long time. I probably should have finished it a lot quicker. But sometimes when I'm in a winning position, I get a little bit scared of messing it up, and then I play really safe and slow, and it takes a while. Especially since I was about to get a new high rating, which I just did. We got 1131. So yeah, I think that was the first time I broke 1130. Let's see the game review. My accuracy is not great. It's okay, 71.7. His was 66.1. Neither of us had a blunder, which is kind of surprising actually. And he had a miss. We both had a few mistakes. Let's go through the moves here. Okay, so it liked pushing the pawn 2 squares here. Let me see if I push it just 1 square. It just says good, because I was worried that if he goes like that, and then that. I guess it was okay. I was worried about some kind of pin opening up here on the rook, but I wasn't sure exactly. That was a mistake. I was able to get the pawn. It wanted me to go here instead of the check. I didn't realize that he had this with this check to push the pawn, which opens the defense of the queen on the knight, which was a good move. If I went here, I'm threatening the knight. He has to go here. I can trade it, and then maybe I can check and win the pawn. Maybe that's how I was supposed to do it. Let me see if that's what it was. So here, take. Does this work? Check. So I can win it, but it doesn't, the engine doesn't like that though. Okay, so that was best the way I went back. And then, yeah, this was a big mistake of his. I'm surprised this wasn't a blunder. It just says mistake. But he completely overloaded his queen, so I could just take this and then win the knight. And that was kind of my decisive advantage that I got early on in the game. And was just trying to make sure to hold on to. We took that. But then this positioning here, when he was threatening this and I moved the rook over, this is what led to the rook getting so locked up. And all these pieces getting locked up is what kind of made it hard for me to actually finish the game out. Maybe I should have really focused on developing this earlier, because my king safety was the big issue that was holding me back from like converting it into a quick win. It wanted the bishop here to just give up this pawn. Is there a specific tactical reason for that? I don't know, that seems like a bad idea. I'd totally mess up my pawn structure, so I got the knight so that I could protect it. He was creating a lot of threats here, but I was able to defend against them. Oh, it did want me to give this check. I was wondering if I was ever supposed to do this. There's mate in 7? Wow, yeah, I definitely should have got a win quicker from this game. Here, then this. I was looking at this, but I thought he had other squares to go to. Really? Okay, it's that easy, huh? I never saw quite how to get a win from this check, because I thought, what if he just, like, goes... I guess he can't go here, because then I immediately have check over and then mate. And I did see that, but I thought that if I go here and then he went down or something, that I wouldn't have any way to follow up. Let me see. So I follow up with that. What if he goes here? Oh, then I take with this. Okay, so I think I was just playing way too passive. I should have gotten more aggressive there. I was just worried about getting too aggressive and having all my pieces over here attacking his king, and then not having the attack work, and then suddenly he drops in with his queen and his rooks, and I have no great way to defend. So that's what I was worried about. That's why I wasn't playing as aggressive, but it turns out playing aggressive was the way to go in this situation. And I would have been able to get a much quicker mate. Okay, it wanted me to go for the check right away. That. Take. I didn't really like ending on a check like that with his rook exposed and giving up 2 minor pieces for the rook. So that's why I didn't do that. That was best to get the king over here for sure. Wanted me to go up instead of down. Then the king was pretty safe here. He took the pawn for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe he just didn't realize that the knight saw it. And then here I was just trying to go for trades. Wait, what did I do that caused the eval bar to go even here all of a sudden? Oh, is there like a perpetual check here? Because it went straight to 0 when I had a big advantage just before this. Show follow-up. Check. Take. Yeah. It was just a perpetual check. Well, I'm glad he didn't see that. He missed the perpetual check. I mean, he would have had to sacrifice his rook, so I wouldn't expect him to have seen that. And then here I was finally able to start attacking some more. And then just moving around until I could get some trades and stuff. And then we walked the king down into this little spot, which I thought this was a cool checkmate. Walk him down into the pawns. This is covered by the king, this is covered by the knight, and then we get mate there. Alright, cool. So yeah, that was a long one, but I thought it was a good game. I think the main thing that I kind of learned from that game was maybe to be a little more aggressive, especially when I have an advantage, and not play too passive and allow him to take all the initiative. So yeah, I could have won a lot quicker, but we still got the win, and that was a good game, and we got a new high rating of 1131. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on day 35.